All right, so I just did a video on Miss International Queen, making America great again, #1 in Ladyboys. And we know that Donald Trump owned the beauty pageants for a long time and had a TV show called The Apprentice. And just today, there's an article in the Wall Street Journal, The Beauty Queens of MAGA World. From cabinet secretaries to state legislators, many women, quote unquote, in today's GOP have one thing in common. That's right. We know what that is. They got their start in public life by winning pageants. Oh, the pageant. So we're going to talk about pageants today. But these pageants go back to the ancient world. They would parade the androgynes around. They worked in the temples. They were part of the government. So Kristi Noem was South Dakota's 1990 Snow Queen. And currently, Kristi Noem is the Ice Queen. It's just facial feminization, tons of surgery, tons of makeup, all the glitter, fairly ripped, low body fat, lean muscle mass, lack of a Q angle. Now, they don't really want these kind of photos out there when they're not standing in the perfect pose. Adam's apple, low body fat. I mean, give them food. They're starving these people to death. It's not an anorexic woman, all right? It's something else. It's the Ice Queen. And we know the ice represents the other realm. Lindsay Halligan, one-time Miss Colorado, appointed by President Trump. See, basically, Trump owned the pageants, and then he could kind of find people. You know, he could find the androgynes that he would take under his wing and get them involved in the MAGA movement. There's some masculine features happening here. I think that one's pretty obvious. Similar to Taylor Swift, we see the Adam's apple. As Seinfeld once said, that's a man hand. All right, these are queens. That'll be my code word. Tall, very tall. A little too tall, but it's basically just as tall as these guys here. Should have been a football player. Wearing the red. It's just like in The Matrix. It's the woman in red. The queen. It's the Red Queen. Halligan's turn in the spotlight has paled beside the glow of another pageant veteran, Eric Kirk, the widow, the grieving widow. Now, it shouldn't be too hard to pull off the grieving widow routine and get all kinds of sympathy, but Eric Kirk has actually failed to pull that off. A lot of people have turned against Eric Kirk. Even people who believe the entire narrative have turned against Eric Kirk. Taller than this guy, low body fat, lean, lots of makeup. The magic's in the makeup. Miss Arizona. Looks like a wild tiger. Not many women have that predatory vibe. Hand on the hips. Look at the pelvis. Very narrow pelvis, I might say, with broad shoulders. Highly feminized, all smoothed out with the long blonde hair. High heels. Now, Charlie Kirk is 6'5". All right, so it's very similar to Taylor Swift. So when Taylor Swift, who's 5'11", stands next to Travis Kelce, who's 6'5", it looks like a fairly normal-sized woman. The makeup and the hair and all that stuff. And so we have the same optical illusion here, and they both basically worked for Trump. There's Eric hanging out with a drag queen. See, this person doesn't strike me as being pretty. Again, the low body fat, the Trump beauty pageant. Silicone implants on the chest, shoulders wider than the hips. It's like a predator stalking its prey, who is the American public. They can fake the camel toe. I think even normal people have noticed there's something off, and they don't quite understand what it is. So like the article said, the pageants teach these people basically how to become actors. They learn the art of rhetoric. They learn how to persuade people in their public speaking. They learn how to walk around on the stage and have a certain presence when they speak. And these people learn this in the pageants. All the world's a stage. The uncovered shoulder to show that it's not a woman. The magic's in the makeup. See, this one pulls it off, but still kind of funny looking if you think about it. And why would a funny looking woman win Miss Arizona? I wouldn't even want to go out to coffee with this person. It's like a wild animal out in the desert. It's a highly feminized, it's an androgyne, all right? This is what they look like. I saw one the other day on the beach doing a photo shoot, and this young person here is Eric Kirk, who was a tomboy. I played basketball since I was 5, and now you're Miss Arizona? Really? How does that happen? Played for the NCAA Division II Regis University, a Jesuit university. Super tomboy, didn't like dresses, but now you're Miss Arizona. Everyone thought I was a little boy. Okay, so that's a quote. That's what Eric said. Everyone thought I was a little boy. They didn't see Eric as a tomboy. They saw her as an actual boy. People thought she was a boy. Why is that? I'm asking the women out there, did people used to think you were a little boy when you were a little girl? Everyone who saw me thought I was a little boy. I wonder why that is. See, once you look beyond the makeup, you can see masculine bone structure. They're wearing a costume, all right? It's a costume every day because they're all gods in drag. I was just a baller, quote unquote. Is this something out of a Stephen King movie? Like a little boy flying a plane? Is this some plot in like a horror movie? Hijacks a plane? Don't look into the eyes of that child. This is like Children of the Corn or something. This is horrifying. This is like Chucky, all right? This is Chucky hijacking a plane. I always had that girly girl hidden within me. Oh, really? So again, to the women out there, did you have a girly girl hidden within you, or were you just kind of just a girl and that was just normal? And so the tomboy, the super tomboy, who everyone thought was a boy, suddenly turns out to be Miss Arizona. Really? Working for Trump. And is now the Jesuit CEO of Turning Point USA. Sometimes a rod is just a rod, but sometimes it's not. And then one day Eric discovered, I can curl my hair and I can put on the mascara. I can put on the makeup because the magic's in the makeup. I come from a great family that has very amazing genetics. Well, what exactly makes those genetics so amazing? Please tell us more. And most of them don't say things like this. I think this one kind of let the cat out of the bag. Eric Kirk's basically admitting, yeah, I used to be a little boy. This is like disarm. At her husband's funeral last month, aka propaganda political rally event, she demonstrated preternatural poise, surpassing what is normal or usual, extraordinary, extraordinary, transcending the natural or material order, supernatural. Well, that's what I'm talking about. Preternatural is also used to describe gifts such as immortality possessed by Adam and Eve before the fall of man. Adam Cadmon, the primordial sample, primordial androgyne. In the early modern period, the term was used by scientists to refer to abnormalities and strange phenomena of various kinds that seemed to depart from the norms of nature. Yes, Trump would become the pageant world's king when he bought the organization that owns the Miss USA, Miss Teen USA, and Miss Universe competitions. So Trump used to own these pageants, and he was involved, and he would go there, and he would find people. It was a recruiting ground for these MAGA influencers. That's where he met Eric Kirk and all these others. More than once, contestants complained about Trump going backstage when they were undressed, something he did not deny. I'll go backstage before a show and everyone's getting dressed and ready and everything else. No men anywhere. Now, does that include Trump? And I'm allowed to go in because I'm the owner of the pageant and I'm inspecting it. Oh, he's inspecting the naked participants. There's Trump with the queens. There's a queen. Now, again, Trump is 6'2". Melania, I think the official height is 5'11", but seems more like a 6-footer. This one's got to be a 6-footer, 6'1". This one's a 6-footer. So he's basically there standing with a bunch of 6-footers. Feminist icon Gloria Steinman and journalist Diane Sawyer both competed in pageants. So did Sarah Palin. You're telling me you were in a beauty pageant? Is that correct? Was it for blind people? Gloria Steinem with the Adam's apple. Feminist icon. They Live. Is this an outtake from They Live? Now we understand where feminism comes from. Those are the beauty queens of MAGA world. There's many others. It's like a transpocalypse boot camp. They learn how to act like women in public, and then they can progress to the higher level of working in MAGA, working in the government or the media. Prepares them for a life of service to Satan, and they can learn how to lie, and they can kind of sear their conscience. Because if you want to deceive people, you can't really have a conscience. They used to think I was a little boy, playing basketball and flying a plane. Now I'm just another mega queen at Turning Point USA. The demon in me is the demon in you. I give this smile